Over the last few days, I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart World, and I had one big question sticking with me the entire time. Why did they hide more stats? When it comes to picking the best combo that you can use in the game, it's important to look at the stats. In Mario Kart 8, you could see 5 stats just from the menu. However, they were hiding some of the most important ones with the different speeds such as ground, water, air, and anti-gravity, as well as hiding the mini turbo and the invincibility stats. So there were only 5 out of the 7 general stats shown in the game without looking them up, which is such a shame because without knowing that you have to look them up, you would never know. So now that Mario Kart World is here, it got me thinking, why did they hide another stat? If you look at the stats for combos in Mario Kart World, you'll see that they have speed, acceleration, weight, and handling, which means that unfortunately traction is now hidden when it was previously visible in Mario Kart 8. Oh, and I actually think that I see a 5th hidden stat, which is the subscribe button. I'm pretty sure if you click that button, you win your next few races, so give that one a shot and tell me how it goes. So in this video, I wanted to test if the reason that these 3 stats are hidden is because they no longer apply. It would be a crazy discovery to find out that mini turbo stat doesn't matter anymore in this game, and that the only stats we need to worry about are the 4 we can see. I think that's super unlikely. I mean, it's unlike Mario Kart to get rid of the mini turbo stat, so we're just gonna have to do some testing and find out. So for this video, I did several different tests. I found a nice open area where I'm able to do mini turbos without touching the controller, so I could just see what it does on default, and then I went ahead and did it with a few different characters. The first combo that I did was with the dolphin on the dolphin, and here's how long it took for mini turbos to build up. After that, I wanted to try the swoop to see if it was any different. The dolphin is in a pretty medium weight tier and the swoop is in the lightest tier in the game, so surely the mini turbos are going to be different for these two. For the first test, I put swoop on the Rob bike because it's the best bike in the game, so if any bike was going to have a good mini turbo stat, it was going to be this one. And the time it took for the mini turbo to build up was... within a fraction of a second. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going crazy, so I switched from the Rob cart to the Bowser Bruiser. One of the best carts in the game to one of the worst. If there's going to be a difference in mini turbo, I'm going to see it clear as day with this cart. And... within a fraction of a second again. This is super crazy to me, so I figured I'd have to try one more time with the other extreme using Bowser, the heaviest character in the game. So I put Bowser on the Bowser Bruiser and did the same test. I did a mini turbo without touching the controllers and let it build naturally, and this is how long it took. It's the exact same as the dolphin. So really quickly, just to confirm what I was looking at, I put Bowser on the Rob bike just to see how the mini turbo would build up with this bike. And just like all the others, it was the exact same amount of time. And I hear what you're saying, maybe it's just the base stat for all mini turbos. I mean, nobody just lets a mini turbo build out, usually you soft drift. So I tested Bowser on both combos again using soft drifting. And the time it took to get to the Rainbow Mini Turbo was the same for the Rob bike and the Bowser Bruiser. So real quick, I did one more test with the swoop using both the Rob bike and the Bowser Bruiser while soft drifting. And the time was the exact same. So I think that proves it. The mini turbo stat doesn't exist in Mario Kart World. You can use whatever combo you want and you'll get the same amount of mini turbos every time. Obviously, your speed and your handling where you are in the track might make it easier or harder to get mini turbos depending on what character you are. But the fact is that the amount of time that it takes to build mini turbos is the exact same between every character and every cart. So with this shocking discovery, I decided to test if the other hidden stats were still in this game. Starting with traction. So in order to test if traction was actually gone in this game or if it was just hidden, I went to an icy track which was Rosalina's. I went just outside to the icy portion and I was just driving around as Peepa on the Rob bike. I was testing to see if it was noticeably different if I used Peepa on the Rob bike versus Peepa on the Bowser Bruiser. And to my surprise, there was no visible difference. It didn't feel any different, it just felt like driving on regular road. There was no change in traction. However, just to be safe, I switched over to Bowser just to make sure that the traction was actually the same, and when I used Bowser, nothing changed again. I used both the Rob Bike and the Bowser Bruiser as Bowser, and nothing changed in terms of traction. I think these few tests here show that traction was also removed from the game and is not just hidden, but completely gone. And even though it seems like traction might be gone from this game, there is still a discovery that's happening right now. People are currently testing the different stats that characters have on different karts and combos on different types of road. For example, it seems like some people control better on water than others, and some characters in karts control better on sand than others. That doesn't necessarily have anything to do with traction, but I figured that I would mention that here because it's something that we're still discovering right now. However, there was one more stat that I wanted to test to see if it was any different, and that was the invincibility. The invincibility was a lot harder to determine if it changes or not. I just ended up going on 2-player mode and then entering split screen so that I can play 2 different characters, where I would try to time hits and hit one character multiple times to see how long the invincibility lasts for. I eventually found this good system here where I used a banana and ran into it, and then with the other character I used the super horn and it showed the exact moment that you got hit. And doing this, you notice that after this tiny little like shake animation plays is when you can get hit again. So how long does it take for that shake animation to play for both Bowser and Mario? It's again the exact same. Meaning that your invincibility in this game isn't determined on your character or on your combo, it just is. However, I have a clip right here where I got struck by lightning and then immediately got hit with a blue shell. There was no invincibility frames, I just got hit and then got hit again, which was so weird to me. And then I noticed that when I got hit by the lightning, the character didn't do that little shake. So maybe the lightning is just programmed differently or something, but for whatever reason, the character doesn't shake and the invincibility never goes into effect. And I'm not too sure if it's the lightning that's the problem here, or if it's the blue shell that just doesn't care about invincibility frames. I don't have clips of me getting hit by a red shell and then a blue shell to test if the blue shell is actually the one that takes over. But either way, the invincibility for this doesn't matter, and I figured I would show you that. But that was my discovery about the hidden stats in this game. Apparently, if you can't see them, they don't matter. It's a really good thing because you only need to worry about the 4 stats that you can see, which are the only ones that matter in this game. And I haven't seen anybody online talking about how the mini turbo stat is just not there anymore. So I figured that I would just bring it up since I did the testing and I found out that those stats just don't exist. If you guys have any more information about this topic, please leave it in the comments below so that way we can know, because I think I solved this, but there might be some stuff that I'm missing. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and if you liked, please subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.